Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. As always, it's me, the Smithy D. Oh boy, I am happy to be back making some videos for you all. With being away from this game for such a long period of time, I feel I could bring a fresh perspective to my videos and an experience. So for an example, I am not currently frustrated with Capital Games, and there's probably going to be a few people now typing in the comments saying, give it time, Smithy, give it time. I think the first thing that we need to do in this video is address the elephant in the room. Will Vader get nerfed? I don't feel that they will touch Vader, so to speak, but they could and probably will change the interactions between him and Galactic Legend Rey. There is two ways that the developers could change the interaction between Vader and Rey, and that is providing her leadership with tenacity up, but there is probably always another character that strips buffs at the start of a battle. However, if they truly want to stop any interaction between the two of these, they could add to her leadership that her team is immune to turn meter removal. So be warned when gearing and relicing Vader that there is a high risk that they can change the interaction between himself and Rey. However, even if this was changed, this character could still be used the same versus other squads, and he's also a requirement at least relic free for Jedi Knight Luke. So all is not lost if this change did come into an effect. If you are already quite close to unlocking your own Galactic Legend, then I would say stay on course, get that Galactic Legend, and worry about Vader later. And if you're like me and you're nowhere near unlocking a Galactic Legend, then you don't have much to lose by going after Vader. So now we've got the pre-warning out of the way, now let's have a look how this team functions, what is a good team to use, and what kind of gear levels, relics do you need to get this kind of gameplay that I'm showing. So the Traya that we're using in this video today is a Gear 12, and she's modded for some speed, not the greatest speed. She has an additional 96 speed from mods, so there's speed mods, feel free to get her a lot faster than that, but mine clocks out about 236. There is 3 unique reasons why I've gone for Traya in this lineup, and none of them are to do with damage output. So the first reason is Traya's unique provides Sith allies with a auto cleanse at the start of their turn. So if Vader gets stunned, ability blocked, he's going to auto cleanse them at the start of his turn. The second reason is her isolate ability, where a unit can't gain buffs, can't attack or gain positive effects out of turn. Allies can't attack or gain positive effects during this unit's turn. Then not only is it going to increase the cooldown of the enemy, but if you select that Vader as your ally, you're going to not only give him protection up, but decrease his cooldowns so he can then use his abilities faster. And the third and final reason here is the AI Revan is hard-coded to always go after Traya. So let's not beat around the bush here, you're going to need Wat Tambor. The Wat that you are seeing in this video has an additional 139 speed and is a Relic 5, mostly for survivability purposes. So Wat is going to get an opening turn before any other character on the enemy team except for another Wat, of course, or Han Solo, because we all know Han Solo shoots first. The first thing that you do with this character is apply the Blastech weapon mod to Vader, so it gains him 15% turn meter at the start of each enemy's turn. Not only will Vader be getting a lot of turn meter, he will also be ignoring the defenses of the enemies, and enemies defeated by Vader cannot be revived. Wat has 3 tech pieces that he can apply to 3 of your characters. And then when they use a special ability, Wat will inflict damage over time twice and remove 15% turn meter from the targeted enemy. So let's get into the meat of the team, and that is Darth Vader. The Vader that you are seeing in this video is a Relic 5, you could take him to Relic 7, but this one is doing great at a Relic 5. Gear 12, I don't know if it will work as well, because it is the damage output that you need to bypass any damage immunity from the Rey team, so the more damage that you can produce, the better success that you will have. Because this is an arena team and it is the viable of getting number 1, I've gone with 132 extra speed, and this is with offense mods. You could use crit damage mods, crit chance, but I've gone for offense because if he doesn't crit, I'm still going to get a high number of damage. The total speed of this character is 273, so that is an additional 132 from the offense mods. I do have 2 crit chance on there that then levels it out at 75% crit chance for this character. I've gone for a potency cross, which then gives Vader a total of potency of 89%. With combined from the offense mods, Vader's putting out at 6,600 damage, so that is an additional 1,419 offense. I don't think it's the highest one going around there, but it's certainly not the lowest. With Thrawn, I've gone for a Relic 2 for a little bit extra survivability, and I've also gone for an additional 140 speed, so he does clock out at the moment at 310. Do I think he needs to be this fast? No, I think maybe 290 is a good number to have Thrawn in this team, but I've just probably gone for the little bit extra of overkill so I can just get him off the bat to do his fracture as quick as possible. When Thrawn has Rey fractured, every time Vader uses a special ability, Vader is going to be gaining 15% turn meter, and Thrawn will be losing 15% turn meter also. So the 5th and final spot is open to interpretation. I do like using Nihilus, not only because of his dispel on his basic, but his AoE force strain increases the enemy's cooldowns, and he also is sometimes able to annihilate an enemy. Because Nihilus is a Sith, every time he uses a basic attack or his AoE with Vader's lead, there is a chance that there's going to be a removal of turn meter. And if you're not feeling Nihilus, the better option in my opinion is to go with the Geonosian Brood Alpha. In this gameplay, this character is a Relic 5. It does have 101 speed from health mods, because the more health and protection help this character with its ability when it calls in the other Geonosian to taunt. The great thing about this character is not only does it bring in its ally to taunt for him, when the ally does die, this character can bring that ally back, and it also can do a mass dispel on the enemy team. The real beauty of having 6 characters in your team, not only is it 6 versus 5, but with Rey's ultimate, her damage from that ability is split by your active members in your squad. So we've gone through the detailed overview of the characters, how they work, what they bring to the squad. Now let's talk about the strategy. So the opening turn, Wat Tambor, you're going to be putting that blast tech on Vader, so he's now going to be gaining 15% turn meter because Rey will be going straight away after Wat Tambor. With Vader, I always target Rey with Merciless Massacre because again, Wat Tambor out of turn is going to then apply some extra dots for me. If a Revan is in the enemy team, I'm always going to go for a Force Crush on himself, as he cannot be stunned or ability blocked, so there's no point me using my basic on Revan, and I might as well save that for other characters, so always go for that Force Crush if Revan is in the squad. What I do next with Vader, I do go for a Cullen Blade on Rey. I know it's not going to kill her, and it's probably not going to be enough at this point with the amount of dots to get her into a damage immunity state, so I'll just go for the reduced damage on her, so to speak. You could go for another character with the Cullen Blade. This is just really my preference of reducing her health, and there is no right or wrong way to this. It just feels in my place, if I want to get Rey out of the game early on, then I want to reduce her health as quick as possible, but when I next come around with a buffed up Cullen Blade and some dots, I'm taking her out of the game for good. On the other characters, I then go for the ability block by using Vader's basic, and then when it comes available, I will use Force Crush over the basic so I can apply some more damage over time. As you've already applied the Blast Tech weapon mod to Vader, the next thing that you want to apply is the Med Pack, and that wants to maybe go onto your Geonosian Taunter because they recover 5% health and protection at the start of every character's turn and gain 5% bonus protection if the character is a Separatist. With Thrawn, while Rey is alive, you always want to be focusing the fracture on herself to keep her locked up from using that ultimate ability. With Traya, I would advise to isolate the biggest threat in front of you. If it only allows you to isolate General Kenobi, then go ahead, isolate him, and decrease Vader's cooldowns. Once I've killed Rey, and this is just how I play, you could go after Revan first, but don't go after and kill another Jedi character, because Revan, while he's alive, he will revive them. But what I normally do, I go after Rey, I kill Rey, then I go after Revan, then I go after the next threat, either that being Anakin or Luke Skywalker, depending what lineup they're using. There may not be a Revan in there, it could be Han Solo, Chewie, and there's different ways of playing around with that to who you take out, isolate on based on the biggest threat. So what do you think on this strategy, this comp? Have you learnt something new today? Are you going after Vader? Do you think the GL should be buffed to stop this from occurring? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching the video today. I'm the Smithy D. May the Force be with you always.